Have you ever felt like you needed to make a decision right now in a conversation? So maybe you thought, I cannot keep doing this, or I need to leave, or I should just end this right now. And in that moment, everything feels urgent. But often, when we act from that urgency, we're not acting from clarity. We're reacting from fear, we're reacting from anger, doubt, or really a sense of lack. So today, I want to talk about how to have more empowered conversations, how to make decisions from a place that actually feels really grounded and clear instead of rushed and reactive. So, first off, why do we react quickly, right? So, when something feels uncomfortable or painful in a relationship or a situation, our instinct is often to get out of that feeling as quickly as possible. So, we will shut down, we'll say something we don't really mean. Maybe we'll make a quick decision, or we'll just mentally jump to, I need to get out of the situation. I need to leave this situation. And sometimes that looks like cutting someone off. Sometimes it looks like quitting a job, ending a conversation abruptly. It looks like, leaving relationships very quickly, not because it's the wrong decision, but because it's being made really from a reactive place. So when we act from this urgency, when we act from fear or lack, we're often skipping something really, really important, and which is we skip understanding what's actually going on for us. And because of that, even if we make a really big decision, we might still feel unresolved or unclear or unsure of if we handled it in the way that we really wanted to. It's not the decision itself that's the issue, it's the place we're making it from. So here's a different approach, okay? So an empowered conversation, it doesn't rush to the outcome. It really creates a space for clarity before the decision. And one simple way to move through that is something that I call SAD, S-A-D, or the SAD practice. And it's an acronym, although I do believe that we have to become sad first for us to then be able to process all that and then move into clarity. So SAD makes sense to me, this acronym. First, it's share, ask, decide. And something important to understand is this: these are often three separate conversations. You're not having all three conversations in one go. There are three separate conversations. They don't all have to happen at once. So you might share something one day, then you come back and then you ask for what you need another day, and only later arrive at a decision. This process can really unfold over time, and allowing that space is actually what helps the decision feel much more grounded. So the S is share. The first step is to share what is actually going on for you. Most of us forget to share what is happening in our lives, and we just jump directly into a decision mode. So we're not sharing everything that's ever happened. We're not going into long explanations of things, just what's true for you right now. So that might sound like I've been feeling really overwhelmed these last few days, which is why I've been, reactive or getting passive aggressive or lashing out. Maybe it's, this has been really weighing on me at work. And so I've been handling that in my own way. Or I've noticed I've been feeling disconnected. All we're doing is just sharing what's going on for us. We're kind of just declaring what is happening. This step is really about bringing your experience into the conversation so that you can have a conversation, right? Not jumping to a conclusion, but really just sharing more. The second conversation or the second step is to ask for what you need or want. So, this is where many of us skip ahead or we just skip it entirely. We either assume nothing is going to change or we jump straight to the third step, which is the decision. But asking creates possibility. So, you might say, can we approach this differently? Or I'd like us to try ABC, or is it possible for us to shift this? You're not demanding anything, you're giving the other person an opportunity to meet you. And then the last step is D, the decide. After you've shared and you see, can you connect with this person? Can you become closer with this person? And you've asked for what you need to change so that you don't potentially feel the same way again. And if you see that that hasn't been met, or you see that something is off, then you move into the D, which is the decide. Really, then and only then comes the decision. So if things shift, that's fantastic. You stay, you continue, you figure things out, you navigate it together. If they don't, if your needs aren't met or they can't be met, there's no possibility that they can be met, then you make a decision. But now the decision is very different. The decision is coming from a very different place. It's not coming from urgency, it's not coming from fear, but it's coming from clarity. So we often want to skip to the decision. Many of us go straight from feeling something to deciding something. But when we skip the share and the ask, we often lose the chance for understanding or change. And we may also lose connection with our own voice in the process. So there are times when the decision is really clear, but even then, moving through these steps can help you feel more grounded in it. It allows you to say, I expressed what I needed, I gave space for something different, and now I'm choosing clarity. So empowered communication doesn't mean avoiding difficult decisions. It means making them from a place that feels aligned. And sometimes we have to feel the discomfort, the sadness, or the uncertainty first. We have to slow down enough to understand what's actually happening for us. If you're in a moment where something feels urgent, see if you can pause. You don't always have to decide immediately. You can give yourself the space to move through it. And if you want more support with conversations like this, I share practices and reflections in my books, my audio courses, and in the Mindful Communication Insider, which I will link below. And if you're navigating a situation where you're trying to decide what to do, you're welcome to leave a comment. I'm starting to respond to some of those in upcoming videos. Okay, so you are not alone in this, and I will see you next week.